Well, today marks the start of Black History Month, a time to celebrate Black accomplishment and highlight the history and continued fight for equality.
Starting Saturday, the Minnesota Historical Society is offering a chance to reflect on and learn from a tumultuous time in American history. WCCO's Adam Duxter got a sneak peek and shares the message curators hope it sends.
Black citizenship in the age of Jim Crow. Artifacts showing the fight for equality in citizenship for Black Americans in the years following the Civil War.
There's power in objects and things that people handled and things that were part of people's lives. Even though some of the artifacts and objects in the exhibit hold painful history, it's important history to tell and to collect and to share.
On loan from New York, this display opens at the Minnesota History Center Saturday.
You're learning about how voter suppression worked.
Historians here say their hope is to show what life was like across the country and here.
I think a lot of people don't always realize that, segregation and Jim Crow did exist in the North. It isn't just a Southern story.
Part of finding context is trying to figure out what is happening in Minnesota during the same time period. So that means what are the kinds of stories that we can tell, and there are a lot of stories.
He and his wife Harriet were enslaved people.
Stories ranging from the life of Dred Scott to Black Americans serving in the First World War.
Being able to understand how Black Americans, how Black Minnesotans experience citizenship, that actually allows us to create really interesting conversations amongst ourselves about what citizenship means to people. I think part of the hope of really studying history in the past and having those conversations is really becoming empathetic to our fellow community members and our neighbors.
In St. Paul, Adam Duxter, WCCO News.
The display opens Saturday with a panel with 3 local scholars discussing Black history in Minnesota during this era. That conversation will start at 1 p.m., but the exhibit will stay open until June 9th.